Do you want to post book-related videos but don't know what to post? Here are some ideas. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Smile, and here it is, booktube video ideas. I post book content and lifestyle content, so I'm like 50-50 between a vlogger and a booktuber. But on my laptop over here, I've compiled a lovely list of book-related video ideas that you could use and I could use in the future too. So it's a win-win for all of us. Let's get started. First on the list, we have my 5-star reads. Basically just a video where you show and talk about all of your 5-star reads, or like the best 5-star reads. It's a good way to get book recommendations from other people seeing their 5-star reads and be like, I wonder if this would be a 5-star read for me too. Next video idea is reading your 5-star reads. This is good if you have some form of an audience already. Maybe you have some subscribers on YouTube already, or a following on Instagram, because then you could ask your followers for their 5-star reads and then read them and make a video about it. Next is a reading wrap-up. This could be a reading wrap-up for a month. For example, all the books I read in June. Or this could be for a full year, like every book I read in 2023. Next, my TBR for the next month. So next month currently is July. So if I were to film this, I'd say my July TBR. Letting my friend, family member, or significant other pick my TBR. A lot of people have done this, for example, where their sister or their dog or their boyfriend or someone picks their TBR for the next month. This is very interesting to see what that person would pick, and then you have to read it for the next month. Next is a reading vlog. When I film reading vlogs, I just bring along you guys and just film my day, which I include lots of reading and talking about books. Little vlog focused on reading. Next is a book shopping haul. You could go to Barnes & Noble or a thrift bookstore or just someplace and just shop for books and bring along the camera, and then at the end show the books that you got and why you decided to get them. Next is a book haul. This is good, especially after a holiday or something, or for example, your birthday recently passed. You could do all the books I got for my birthday book haul, or just if you went on a massive shopping spree recently and got a lot of books. A book haul is always a good idea. Next, we have book recommendations. This will always do well. All my book recommendation videos do so well, and you guys love receiving those book recommendations. And there's lots of different genres you could do, like fantasy book recommendations, young adult book recommendations, middle grade book recommendations. Next is book reviews. Maybe like a popular book that is trending currently, you can read it and then do a video reviewing it. Next is book recommendations based on specific tropes. So you basically provide a bunch of book recommendations for specific tropes. For example, friends to lovers, and you recommend a book. Next, a 24-hour readathon. I have never done this, and I don't think I'm gonna plan on doing this because sleep is just too important for me. But if you have a lot of free time on your hands, you could do this, even though sleep is really important too. So you could do something that I've seen a lot of people doing is when you go to bed, you just pause the timer and unpause it the next day if that's what you want to do. Next is swapping screen time with reading. This will be a challenge for those of you who like to sit on your phones too much. But yeah, this should be a great challenge. Instead of spending time on your phone, you spend it reading. Next is how many pages can I read in a week? Basically just bring them along on a week and how much you read during that time realistically. Instagram chooses what I read for a week. I want to do this sometime soon, so if you're not already, go follow my Instagram so that you can vote on the book options that I'll be posting on my stories. Next, reading a certain genre for a week. For example, reading fantasy for a week, or reading thrillers for a week. Next is reading viral books for a week, for example, book talk books, or just books that have trending online lately. This is good because since they are trending, lots of people want to watch and hear other people talk about this book or these books. So anything with book talk books, trending books, viral books, that will certainly most likely do well. Next is reading books out of my comfort zone. For example, my comfort zone is fantasy and contemporary. So if I were to read books out of my comfort zone, I'd probably be reading thrillers or mysteries because I'm not a big fan of either. I mean, I do like a good mystery sometimes. When I was younger, I adored mystery. Next idea is get out of my reading slump with me. People would love to watch this because they'd like to see how you got out of your reading slump so that they can get out of theirs. Next is buying books based off their covers. This sounds extremely fun. I might do it sometime soon. Basically you just go into a bookstore and judge books by their covers. Don't read the back, just look at the cover. If you think the cover is beautiful, you're like, oh wow, stunning. buy the book and then read it. Next, this is perfect for right now, is a mid-year book freakout tag, because currently I'm filming this, it is June what? June 20th. So July is soon, which means half the year has passed basically. And during the mid-year, people love to film freakout tags and people love to watch freakout tags. Basically, you share all your current reading stats, how many books you read so far, how you liked those books, and just talk about bookish things. Just sum up the last 6 months into that video. Next is reacting to unpopular book opinions. I filmed this before and you guys had some interesting ones. Next is reading 1-star reviews of my favorite books on Goodreads. We all have a favorite book that we do not want to hear any slander about. So I feel like this would be very funny if you go on Goodreads. Go look at the 1-star reviews and just see what people are saying. That would definitely hurt your feelings. I've done this to myself before and then I regretted looking at those reviews because like, yeah, that's true, but I still love this book. This video ends when I find a 5-star read. So basically just keep reading books until you find a book that is 5 stars. Next is building or organizing or reorganizing my bookshelf. And then after that you could do a bookshelf tour. And another idea is building and organizing a book cart, which is this, where people usually put their TBRs. I don't have a book cart because if I were to take out every book that I haven't read, there wouldn't be much books. Just kidding, there would, but still, I wouldn't want there to be some random empty spaces. So I'm just keeping all my read and unread books. They're staying there. Next is a video how I annotate or how to annotate. Okay. Personally, I do not annotate except for occasionally if I have a pencil nearby and there's a very funny or, I don't know, something that is worthy of being underlined, then I'll underline and write a little note next to it. But that isn't very often. Usually I do that on extremely like funny parts. Next is every book on my physical TBR. Basically just every book that you own but you haven't read yet. Next is reading booktubers' favorite books. Self-explanatory. Next is tier ranking, book talk, or viral books. Tier ranking things is extremely fun. I did a few tier ranking videos in the past and it was definitely fun. I definitely recommend doing that. Next you could tier rank book couples or book genres, and then you could also do my favorite / least favorite book tropes, where you just talk about book tropes. What are your favorite ones? What are your least favorite ones? Why? Next is this you could do at the end of the year. Best book I read each month. Next is recreating bookish Pinterest photos. So you know on Pinterest there's lots of these super aesthetic book photos. Yeah, you could do a video like recreating them, seeing how yours turn out. Next is reading 7 books in 7 days. This could be quite a challenge though. So you could do 5 books in 5 days. That's kind of like a YouTuber week, 5 days, like a business week. So that is perfectly fine also. Next is rereading my old 5-star reads, because maybe some books that you read in the past that you liked you may not like anymore. So it would be like a fun little video to reread and see if you still like them. But at the same time, I probably wouldn't want to do this because I'd rather keep my good memory of the book than reread it and then find things that I don't like. Anyways. An example of this was with Anna and the French Kiss. The first time I read it, it was a 5 stars. I loved it. The purest vibes and everything was so amazing. And then like over a year later, I decided to reread it because I was in the mood for something like Paris, traveling. I reread it and I actually found a lot of things that I did not like, so I have lowered that rating down. Next, this is kind of a mouthful. Reading the highest and lowest rated books on my TBR on Goodreads. Go on your want to read list or whatever and look at what highest rated books are and what the lowest rated books are and read those. Gift ideas for readers. This is good, especially during the holiday season. Open book mail with me. This is good if you have like ordered a bunch of stuff online and now you're opening it, or if you have like an Amazon wish list in your TikTok bio or something, because then sometimes people, they're called book fairies, they'll send you book mail. I used to receive book mail too, like 2 years ago, but then I took my Amazon wish list off my bio because my TBR was beginning to grow too rapidly and I needed to finish the books that I got. So since then I have not been receiving book mail because I took it off from my bios. I think I'm gonna just focus on the books that I currently have, and I think the book fairies should gift those books to someone who needs them more than me because I already have a bunch of unread books. Next is going on blind dates with books. Sometimes you'll go to Barnes & Noble or like a library or some kind of bookstore and you'll see these blind dates with books. It'll basically say what the book is about but you have no idea what the book is. So yeah, film a video getting those and reading them. That'll be fun. Next is waking up at 5 a.m. to read every day for a week. Pretty sure Haley Pham did this and maybe some other YouTubers. I'm not sure who though, so Sorry. This is like the classic vlogging challenge, waking up at 5 a.m. every day, but this is like with a bookish twist.
Waking up at 5 a.m. every day to read.
Next is swapping 5-star reads with my friends. Next is finishing every series I'm in the middle of. I should probably do that because I'm in the middle of way too many series. Next is a bookish Q&A. We just talk and answer bookish questions. Next is have a book sleepover with me. Basically, you just bring the viewers along with you. Kind of like a cozy, chill sleepover vibe night with lots of reading. AI chooses what I read. You could use Snapchat AI or ChatGPT. GPT.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I do not use AIs for anything. I think that they're kind of creepy. The Snapchat AI, I haven't spoken to it once because it's just really creepy in my opinion. Why did they add that? And the last book video recommendation I'm giving is the ultimate book video. We have all seen this. Basically do a lot of fun bookish things. For example, you go book shopping, you read a lot, obviously, you talk about books, you give a haul of the books that you got, and I don't know, just lots of things related to books combined into one video. Those are fun to watch. So yeah, those are all the book recommendation videos that I have today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was useful. Hope you have some ideas now. And good luck on your booktube channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more bookish and lifestyle content. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Comment a mushroom emoji if you made it this far.